What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be talking about and ranking my favorite Micro 9s in order. Now obviously, if you don't agree, it is what it is. We have different hands, we shoot differently, we like different things. This is honestly just a list to update because someone requested it due to me picking up some new Micro 9s, and after getting to shoot them and get to know them a little bit more, I have a pretty good idea of what I actually prefer. Now, what is a Micro 9? Typically what I would say, it's like a P365. It's like a Hellcat. It's like the Ruger Max 9, right? You're stack and a half, 9mm, multiple size mags, very small, about a 3-inch barrel. But there's some weird handguns that are somewhere in between, like the Glock 43X, P365 XL, Hellcat Pro, and the IWI Masada 9 Slim. Now, if you see those on there, but you don't consider those a Micro 9, just count them out. But also, basically the Hellcat is interchangeable with the Hellcat Pro. The XL is interchangeable with the P365. The Masada and the 43X are on their own. Just count them out if you don't believe those are actual Micro 9s, considering this has the same grip length as a Glock 19. So how can it be? But let's go ahead and get started. These are not in any order on the table. First off though, 100% has always been my Hellcats. They just run. I love them. So it's interchangeable with this Hellcat Pro right here. They have a great finish on them. They have a decent shootable trigger, awesome texturing right out of the box, awesome sights, awesome gear up packages. I got the Hellcat Pro with 5 mags for $515 and a range bag for it, so it was absolutely awesome. It takes the TLR7 Sub A. They make one specifically for the Hellcat, so you have an awesome light bearing, 15 plus 1, 16 round setup, or even with the Hellcat Pro mag. And this grip sleeve, 17 rounds, 17 plus 1 with that light, very small, easy to carry, comfortable in the summer. The Hellcat is my number one go-to Micro 9. But like I said, that doesn't mean I don't like others, and that doesn't mean that there's others that are very, very close behind for me. Next up, Shield Plus. The Shield Plus is just a beast of a handgun. Love this thing. It's right up there with my Hellcat. They're basically the same for me. I do carry my Hellcat a little bit more. It's a little bit smaller. But the Shield Plus is the best shooting out of all the Micro 9s. Let's be honest here. Awesome flat face shooting or flat face trigger. I just don't like how tiny this trigger guard is. I live somewhere where it gets cold. And then on top of that, you have awesome texturing and stuff like that. Now, here's what I'm carrying right now. It actually has a little bit bigger of a trigger guard, which is weird. But this is my M&P 40 Shield 357 SIG, only 7 plus 1 rounds. But I still carry it often. I just like the Shield platform in general. I like how it feels in my hand, and I just like how it shoots. The Shield Plus is definitely number 2. Now, this is where it starts getting very, very difficult. But number 3, I have to go 43X. Now, like I said, if you don't consider this a Micro 9, then just ignore this. But the 43X has the best grip angle, is the most ergonomic out of anything on this table, and one of my favorite shooting handguns. I've really gotten to like the Glock 43X, and I've already changed out one barrel from shooting this thing so much, and I just enjoy it. It is honestly one of those handguns that when you grip it, it just feels right in the hand. I don't care what anyone says, it just feels so dang good, especially with some grips on it. So the Glock 43X, I'm going to have to go with. Man, it's getting hard. I'm going to have to go FN Reflex. The FN Reflex is just a beast of a handgun. Now, a lot of people have had issues with theirs. I know people personally in real life that said they had a couple issues with multiple FN Reflexes. A lot of people shooting low and left. I got a good model, which is actually pretty weird because this was a display model. And I've had bad luck with displays in the past, i.e. my GX4. But overall, love the Reflex. Mine doesn't have any issues. Mine's smooth. Mine shoots clean. I think a lot of people are having issues with their shooting because the trigger is very different than a lot of these other Micro 9s. Very different. And obviously it's hammer fired, but I think that trigger pull is causing people to throw their shots a little low left. I think it does have to do with that trigger. I don't think it has anything to do with accuracy or being up to spec or anything like that. But that FN Reflex I absolutely love. Man, this list is hard. I gotta do it though. Stoeger Micro Compact. I have over 150 rounds through this thing so far. It is a shooter. It feels super ergonomic. Probably this. Okay. The Glock 43X is in a realm of its own. So just consider ones that are smaller that can take larger magazines, right? So like the Hellcat, the Shield Plus, stuff like that. Out of all of those that can shrink down to a very small size, this is where the ergonomics are. They just killed it with the texturing. They killed it with the ergonomics on this thing. The width is just right. I mean, everything about the Stoeger Micro Compact just feels good in the hand. And when it feels good in the hand, it really inspires confidence, and you shoot really well. The texturing and the memory pads are just on point. This is my newest pickup, and this is probably the most impressive so far. It might climb the ladder, But Stoeger's making some awesome handguns. If you know about where they machine their stuff, it's Beretta factories with up-to-date equipment. Everything is on point there. And I love the fact that they put an awesome new finish on the micro compactor. At least that's what it seems. It's a better finish than any of my other Stoegers. This handgun actually has me pretty dang excited. Next up, I got to go Mossberg MC2SC. I actually love this little thing, and I actually do carry it pretty often. It just feels, it's probably one of the better feeling Micro 9s in terms of filling your hand. The width this way is about bigger than any other one you're going to see on the table other than the Canik. And that actually feels pretty good with that 1-inch width. So ergonomics are just on point. Throw some grip texturing on there, and you have 11+1 setup in the size of about a Glock 43, just a little bit thicker. And man, does this thing rock to shoot. I love it. The rail bothers a lot of people. Not a lot of light options for it, but the memory pads are on point. I love this little small setup right here. It's just on point. I don't know what else to say about the Mossberg MC2 SC. Next up, we're going to go IWI Masada 9 Slim. Now, once again, this is about Glock 19 size this way, and it can't shrink, but it can take larger magazines from other models out there, which is actually pretty interesting. But ergonomics on point, shootability on point. The trigger is the best part about this handgun, and they actually have a really nice finish. It barely even shows scratches, and that's why I think a lot of people have been sleeping on the Masada Slim. Now, obviously, you see my frame. That's not the case. But the slide actually looks really, really good. Really nice. It's actually very shocking. Handgun has a big, heavy slide compared to how thin that frame is right there. And compared to some of these other options out here, it's just a heavier overall upper. But that really helps with shootability. Mix it in with this awesome flat face trigger, this big trigger guard. And man, do you have an awesome shooting defensive pistol on your hands. Absolutely love the Masada Slim. 13+1. Next up, I gotta go CSX. I love the CSX. I don't know why a lot of people don't, but if you actually see the videos I put out on it, a lot of people like the CSX. And I've had it for a couple years now, and I've never had a single issue. I shoot it fast. I can mag dump the whole mag in 2.5 seconds, 12+1, 13 rounds. Wear is very minimal on it. I mean, well, it is Smith & Wesson finish, so it shows very minimal scratches and stuff. Obviously, my metal frame's a little scratched up. It is what it is. Barrel shows a little bit of wear, but an awesome shooter. And ergonomics-wise, it feels like a joy. It is just great in the hand. I actually love the CSX, and I forgot about how comfortable it was. And that is a big reason why people carry some of the handguns they do. How comfortable is it? How good and confident does it feel in my hand? So that is one of those handguns that just does it every single time. Next up, I got to go Canik Meta MC9. I just love this handgun. I've had some issues with it, but got the new guide rod. As you can see, that thing looks beautiful. It runs great. I love this size handgun. It's most similar to my everyday carry of choice, my Glock 26, in terms of overall footprint and width and stuff like that. So I love it. Even though it's a Micro 9, it's a little bit thicker and bigger in every direction, but has great capacity. It's a great shooter. Has an awesome trigger. But once again, look at that trigger guard. Look at the size of my finger. Look at that trigger guard. How are you going to get your glove finger in there in a place where it's cold out? So other than that, I love the Canik. I love all these handguns. So honestly, none of these are bad handguns. It's just my personal preference. It's like, you know, this one may be ranked at 99. This one might be ranked at 98. This one might be ranked at 97 out of 100, right? They're all very good guns. They're all great handguns and great choices. Sorry, guys, but you guys are going to be upset. But Ruger Max 9. I love the Max 9. It's really grown on me. People say the trigger sucks, whatever the case may be. I'm confused about the trigger. I shoot it just fine. Snappiness actually isn't as bad as I thought at first, but I think it's just me learning the handgun a little bit better. Ergonomics, I think, could be a little bit better, but it does feel pretty good in the hand. Great texturing on it. Awesome front tritium fiber optic sight with a blacked out rear with a little bracket. Honestly, they did a great job with the Max 9, and it's very affordable. For $300 a lot of places, this is a great way to go for people. Love the Max 9. People are going to be mad whichever way I go with this, but SIG P365, even though I haven't had the best relationship with the P365 or SIG, you got to give credit where credit's due. They're the reason for every handgun on this table. And on top of that, they're the reason, or they are a much smoother, faster shooting Micro 9 than a lot of these other ones, right? Sorry, my thread protector came off. Other than that, I had the issues when it was bone stock. Since I got the fix done, everything's been flawless. Not a single issue with my SIGs. But I still don't trust them as much as I should, and I just like other models better. I don't know why people always get upset about me liking something better than the other thing or whatever. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't like it better, that I don't personally like it. I just wish I didn't have the experience I did with some of my P365s. That's it. And then last but not least, I love the GX4. Like I said, I love every handgun on this table. They're all very, very close. But for the price and everything, this is your best option for under $300 for a Micro 9. I think this just ergonomics. Once again, I forgot about the ergonomics of the GX4. Just on point. But that finish is just straight trash. I've barely carried this GX4. I've carried my other GX4 more. And look at the finish on it. It's just ridiculous. Anything it touches, it wears. But not a big deal. They have Cerakoted options. I just love the trigger, the texturing, and the ergonomics. It's honestly a pistol ready to go right out of the box. Just change out your sights, and it does take Glock sights, which gives you the option of almost any sight picture in the entire world. So that is my new updated list and why. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you agree or disagree. We're not here to argue. We're here to just, debate and explain why we like what we like. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.